Hello everyone, I'm Ajay and welcome back to the channel. So today we are once again back with one more InfyTQ training video, and in this video we are going to solve one more coding question that came previously in InfyTQ. And before that, coming to the previous task which I gave you, that is narcissistic number. Some commented in the comment section of the previous video. So what exactly narcissistic number is? Nothing but an Armstrong number. Those of you who don't know what's an narcissistic number, which means a number is called narcissistic number when some of its individual digits raised to the power of number of digits. If you take example like 121, then as there are number of digits, that is three numbers are there in this. So 1 cube plus 2 cube plus 1 cube. So if this sum is equal to this number, then this number will be called as narcissistic number, also Armstrong number. Yeah, that's about previous task. And also before starting today's problem, I'll just give a small task for you today again. Just comment down what exactly mean by chronic number. This question was also asked in InfyTQ previously, and if there are a lot of comments, if you didn't get, then I'll explain this detailedly in one more new video for sure. So if you can so that's about the task. So let's start the coding question for today. The question which I'm going to solve today is largest possible even number, and as per the question, we need to form the largest possible even number from the given alphanumeric string after removing all the duplicates. If no even numbers can be formed, print -1. Okay, so we have an input which is a string, and the string is alphanumeric, which means it contains alphabets and as well as numerics, that means numbers, but we are just concerned with the numbers. So from this string we need to get just take the numbers and form a max even number from it. Nothing but largest possible even number, that is max even number from those numbers. And if we cannot form any even number at all, then in such exceptional case we need to print -1. Yeah, so if you can see, Infosys has 337, so we just have 337, and all these are odd, so no even number can be found, so that's why output is -1. But even as in the case 2, we have 81, 2, 1, 3, 4, 9, and also we should remove all the duplicate digits. We should take just unique digits. So if there are 2 ones, we just need to take 1. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 9. The output is this, and you can see it's an even number. It's just not descending order. You can see if we descending order, then 1 will be coming at last. So to find the even number, so after sorting, there's a small trick lies behind. We just need to do that. The approach is simple. Yeah, first step, get numerics from the string, and second step, to sort the complete numbers. And you can observe the number which will be coming at unit place, that is the first place from the last, that will be the smallest even number. So if we can find the smallest even number, we can just place it here, then it will be the max number if we just sort it. So the third step is to find the smallest even number. And finally, fourth step, we sorted the complete sequence, right? Complete numbers. So just use that sorting the list and print that by excluding the smallest even number, and at last print the even number. So if you exclude the smallest number, the output will be 98431, and when you add the smallest number at the last, it will be 984312. That is our answer, that is max even number. So if you still didn't get this, I'm going to code this. So through that you will get how exactly need to be done, and I'm going to code this in both Java and Python. So for that I'm going to use IntelliJ editor in Java. Okay, let's create a main function. Oops. Okay, yeah. So main function, let's take a scanner. Scanner is equal to new scanner system.in. Okay, and after that what we have, input is a string, right? String input is equal to ac.next. Fine. So let's just create a function. This function should return int, that is the max even number, and that is nothing but largest even number. And let's accept that input here in this parameter. So nothing to worry, all the input things will all be given in the exam. You just need to fill out this function. So first thing, we need to split the split the string with char, so that we can access individual digits, so individual characters, and whatever characters has numeric values, we can store it in an array or array list, any kind of collection. I'm going to use array list because array list is dynamic. Array list is dynamic, and for the array, if you know the syntax, while declaring you need to mention the size of the array. So for that we need to know before how much size is needed. Let's suppose if we declare 100 as well here, the other number will get wasted. So the better way to use is array list, where we can dynamically include the values and dynamically remove the values, so the memory will be sufficient by using array list. And those of you who don't know what exactly is array list, it's a part of collection concepts, and it has lot of methods like a lot of sub concepts like array list, normal list, set, and also some like other topics like hash maps and all, and it contains a lot of useful methods. So it's highly important that if you are preparing for such drives, then do just study about collections. That can be very useful in programming. So let's come back to the code. Okay, I'm declaring an array list. As a char, let's take a character array list. So import array list equal to new array list. Here also character. Okay, so we have an array list, and let's take a for loop. For I equal to 0, I is less than chars dot length, I plus plus. First thing we need to check is here if character is digit, if the character is number or not. For that I'm using the character.isDigit function, and I'm passing the chars of I. If it is, this will return a boolean value true or false. So if it's true, then we also need to check, as mentioned in the question, we need to remove all the duplicates. So for that, let's use a method ArrayList.contains. Contain method will return true or false based on the parameter we passed. If you pass like 10, then it will check whether 10 is present in that array list or not. If it is present, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So as I want to store only the unique values, that's why I'm using this condition. And I'm checking whether chars of I present or not. I'm using a not symbol here, so the operation becomes reverse. If the element, that is the character or the number, isn't present in the array list, then it will go inside this if block. Inside this, we just add array list.add of chars of I. That's it. And also we need to check whether at least we have at least one even number or not. So for that, if character dot get numeric value of chars of I. Character dot get numeric value is used when we want to convert a character to an integer. Then this function is used. And I'm just using %l2 equal to 0. And let's get a boolean variable which will declare whether we have at least one even number in the complete numeric series. So I'm just declaring a fact which is false by default, and when an even number occurs, so let's make a flag this as true. Yeah, so I guess our first step is done, and need to check if not flag, because not flag means that is it's still false. So if it's still false, then it means that there are no even numbers. In that case, we just return -1. Yeah. Otherwise, our second step, we got the numerics. Let's change the color. Orange. Okay. Yeah, we got the numerics. Now sort the complete number. Okay. In arrays, we can use arrays.sort, and we can just pass the array here to sort the complete array. But in collections, we have collections method from the collection class, collection.sort, and you can just pass array list here. Yeah, so it's sorted. So even our second step is done, and after that we need to find the smallest even number. For that, let's take a temporary variable temp equal to 0, because if you can observe, smallest even number, right? So we need to store in any variable. Let's take that as temp. So I'm using temp to store the smallest even value. Okay. Temp equal to 0. Fine. Then after that, yeah, let's use a while loop. Maybe for loop will be good. Okay. For y I equal to 0, I less than, it's right now array list dot size. Array list dot size will return the length of the array list. Inside that, I am checking if character dot get numeric value of array list dot get of I %l2 equal to 0. Yeah, so what exactly this does is array list dot get means it will get the index which you are passing. We are passing from the for loop, and I'll sort it. So it's sorted in ascending order. So whatever we get in the number, and if it's %l2, then that number will be the smallest even number from the complete sequence. So I'm getting that, and in that, when this condition becomes true, I'm just equating the temp equal to the same thing, this one. Yeah, so that's it, done. After that, let's break the loop, because we don't require anything from the loop again. And as I mentioned, just we have the smallest even number, then we need to print it, or we can say store it, the rest numbers, and add the smallest even number to the last. For that, again use a for loop. For I equal to 0, it's in this ascending order. So let's just do one thing. Let's just iterate from the reverse. So it will be array list greater than equal to 0 0 minus minus. After that, array list dot size -1 I greater than equal to 0 I minus minus. Yeah, so we are traversing from the reverse. Let's arraylist dot change -0. Okay, and we need to take a variable string res, an empty string, and as the moment we are iterating, we'll just store the value to the string except the smallest even number. So array list, let's take value like character dot get the value of array list dot get of I, whether is equal to a temp value. If it is, then just continue, don't execute any other logic behind it. Res plus is equal to array list dot get of I. That's it. So what exactly happening here is, if you can observe, I'm checking whether this is equal to the temp variable, that is the smallest even number. If it is equal, I'm using the continue. Or how exactly continue works is, if this being called, the continue keyword is being called, then it will not go to the further statement, it will just go to the next iteration of for loop. So the continue will go to the next iteration of for loops to avoid the logic ahead of this if statement. And here I'm just appending the complete data to the res. So every time as we are iterating from the last, so first 9 will be added, 8 will be added, 4 will be added, 3 will be added. For the 2, it will check the if condition that it becomes true because it's the smallest even number. So this will not be added. Because of continue, it will go to the next iteration, 1 will be added. So in the complete for loop, we will be having 98431. And after for loop is done, we'll just add that even number to here, that is res. After that, just return res. But res is string and we have an integer as a data type for the function. So let's convert this into integer dot parseInt of res. And in the main function, system dot out dot println, what the function we created, largest even number of input. Yeah, so I think this should work. Let's run this. Okay. Yeah. Okay, it's asking for the input. Let's queue Infosys at the 367. Infosys at the 337. And this one, that's correct. And hello hashtag 81 at the rate 21349. 984312. That's absolutely correct. Let me copy this. Can be used for the Python code. Okay. So if I just summarize the Java code, first step, I'm just converting into a character array and initializing the array list and boolean variable to check where at least one even number is available in the complete numbers. That's my first step. In second step, I'm just getting the unique values to the array list and also checking if at least one value is present or not and modifying the flag value. If there are no even numbers, then it will just return -1 from the flag value, and otherwise it will just do the sorting. After that, finding the smallest even number. As we are doing sorting, so we are iterating from the start, and whenever %2 equal to 0, that's the smallest even number, we are storing in the temp variable and breaking the loop. After that, we are using a string res and iterating from the back so that we can get a max number and skipping the smallest even number and adding it to the last. This way we'll get a max even number. So that's about Java code. Let's try to code this in Python as well. Okay, let's take the input, and what did I have done here? After that, okay, a list, and for I in s, because we can just iterate the string like that in Python, and need to check if I is numeric. Yeah, if it's numeric, then we also need to check if I not in L. If I not in L, then just L dot append of I, and as usual we need to have a flag value which is false by default, and if int of I percentile 2 equal to 0, that means it's an even number. We are changing the flag value to true. Yeah, that's first step. Then after that, if not flag, if it is, then just print -1, that is no even numbers present. Else sort the list, else l.sort. After that, what we have, yeah, a temp variable, temp equal to 0. Again use a for loop for I in, yeah, what we know, for I in L, if I int of I percentile 2 equal to 0, that means the first even number, just store that to the temp equal to int of I, and let's do break the for loop. After that, we got the first even number, and we just need to form an perfect output. So I'm iterating in a reverse way, so I'm just using splicing in a list. After that, for I in L of -1 : -1, so if int of I equal to temp, if it's an even number, then same, just continue. Otherwise, add to the res. So we didn't have res here. Let's initialize it. Yeah, res is equal to res plus I is the character, and at last res equal to res plus str of I, so str of temp. I'm using str of temp because in Java you can see, even if the temp is a integer variable, here you can see, but I am adding the temp to a string variable. So in Java it will automatically convert the integer to string and it will just append it, but in Python it will not do that, it will raise an error. So that's why I'm explicitly converting it to a string and appending it. So just that, we got our answer, and let's print that. Let's try to execute this. Yeah, run. So it's asking for the input. Infosys @337. Infosys @337. Yeah, -1. Okay. So we copied the input. Hello #81211349. Yeah, 984312. Yes, so that's correct. Here also same. I'm using a list, checking if it's not presenting that, and I'm just appending it, and also checking a flag. If it's false still, then it means there are no even numbers. I'm just printing 1. Else sorting it and getting the minimum for smallest even number, and from that doing a reverse iteration and finding the max even number. So that's about this code, and just don't forget this unique number. Try to comment this about in the comment section, and if there are a lot of comments, I'll definitely do a video about this unique number. And that's it for this video. All the best everyone. Thank you.